everybody. I'm Marvin Hawkins. I am from the Cincinnati USA Music Heritage Foundation and one part of the City of Cincinnati's Music Ambassadorship Program. We've been working tirelessly on the efforts to revive our biggest legacy here in Cincinnati, which is the King Records legacy. Everyone from Little Willie John to the Stanley Brothers, even the James Brown, has really breathed life into our city historically, and it's something for us to be very proud of. Today we have a very special treat, one of our natives and icons in blues music from Nashville by way of Cincinnati. I'd like to introduce you guys to Stacy Mitchhart.
All right, what's going on? I forgot about Little Willie John.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Good, that means I can do 2 songs.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's good. Man, I'm glad y'all are tuning in. I know this is not my normal time to get on. I'm not even awake normally at this time, but it's all right, man. So I got my people here. Pretty soon the police will be here. What y'all doing down here, man? What's going on? So anyway, here's a Freddie King song, because Freddie King was here.
He was.
Well, I'm tall down, almost level with the ground. You know I'm tall down, almost level with the ground. Well, I feel like this when my baby came down. So I went to the river to jump in. My baby came by, she said, I'm gonna tell you when. Go down, I'm almost level with the ground. Lord, I feel like this when my baby came down. You know I love you, baby, with all my might. Love like ours is out of sight. I love you in the morning and in the evening too. Every time you leave me, I get mad with you. You know I'm tore down, almost level with the ground. Don't ever feel like this when my baby came down. Little Willie John, man. I totally forgot about that. You know who Little Willie John is, don't you? That's Miss Willie John's son. Yeah, that. If I don't love you, baby. Oh, real quick about this song. When Little Willie John recorded it, it was called All Around the World. When Little Milton recorded it and had a big hit with it, it was called Grits Ain't Groceries. So it's the same damn song. If I don't love you, baby, grits ain't groceries, eggs ain't poultry, Mona Lisa was a man. All around the world, I never will forget. Lost all my money, my woman, and my ring. Come on, baby, girl, be convinced that ain't loving you, baby. You ain't got no sense because you know I love you, baby. Well, you know I love you, girl. Well, I don't baby now. You're there. Say, grits ain't groceries, eggs ain't poultry. Mona Lisa was a man. All around the world, I got blisters on my feet. Trying to find my baby, send her home to me. Be convinced that ain't loving you, baby. You ain't got no sense because you know I love you, baby. Well, you know I love you, girl. Well, if I don't love you, baby, now grits ain't groceries, eggs ain't poultry. Mona Lisa was a man. Well, I guess that's good. For players, yeah. You said you got some questions for me?
Yes.
All right, we're bringing Marvin back in here.
I want to tell you that I really appreciate you coming back
problem.
to our city. I know you're here a lot.
I sneak in and out.
Sneak in and out.
I got to get my Skyline chili fix.
I feel you. Skyline or White Castle for whoever, right?
Well, we do have White Castles in Nashville.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
White Castles and
White Castles everywhere now. Crystal Burger.
Yeah, but I got to get the Skyline here. It ain't the same as the can from Kroger.
So you're a Skyline or a Gold Star guy?
I got to get my Bengals, man. I got to get my Bengals on.
Rose's Pizza.
Yeah, all the stuff.
That's all of
Izzy's.
Izzy's.
It had to go to Izzy's.
Cincinnati's favorite. And now you're the new Cincinnati favorite, right?
I don't know about new. 61 is hard to be new.
So I wanted to ask you some questions. It sounds like you have a lot of King Records repertoire inside your playlist. What would you say would be your biggest influence from King, and how has King influenced you as a musical pioneer and as an artist from Cincinnati? How's that been pivotal in your journey?
Well, I'll be honest. I was, when I was born in '59, so I kind of missed just the King Records. So I found out about King Records after the fact.
Okay.
But I started. Freddie King is one of my all-time favorites, and he did a lot of his early recordings here. And then, of course, the guys that I grew up playing with, Eddie Hedges and Billy Hedges, and, they had James Brown records and their parents' records and stuff. And so we started listening to that. And then, of course, we were huge fans of Bootsy.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean,
I'll
never forget the night before I went to college, right? It was like my last night in town. We went down to the I don't know what they call it now, the arena. What do they call the arena now?
It's called the Heritage Bank Arena.
Okay,
It used to be the, I want to say it was the Riverfront Coliseum.
Riverfront Coliseum, that was it, yeah. We went there, and it was Zap, Bootsy, and part of my Funkadelic.
Wow.
And that was it. So I was like, man, I'm leaving Cincinnati, and this is it, and it's like, I wasn't leaving for good, but
So this is the place where actually funk was birthed.
Oh yeah.
People don't know that. We talk about how funk was birthed here and rock and roll was conceived because through our research we found out the first rock and roll song, Good Rock Tonight, Wynonie Harris, was actually 9 years before anything happened down in Memphis or anywhere else. So we are laying that claim to fame.
Yeah, Cincinnati has a rich musical history. I mean, there was a time when you could go anywhere, any night of the week, and hear some phenomenal music, and live.
And that wasn't that long ago.
No, it wasn't, and it's slowed down a little bit, but it's coming back. And you can, as a musician, my whole life is all I've done for a living. So I earned my living here in Cincinnati playing music. I just expanded out a little bit and had an opportunity in Nashville. But yeah, I mean, between Bootsy and old James Brown, I mean, I remember when I was learning to play guitar. They were like, my guitar teacher, he didn't tell me the name of the chord. He just said, this is the James Brown chord.
And that is the James Brown
chord. Yeah, it was like... So, I mean, that was like, that's how I learned. It was like, this is the James Brown chord. Here's what you do, So, I mean, that's what it was all about. And so, going back and finding out later on, about like Hank Bounty's Midnighters and some of the other bands, and then some of the hillbilly bands.
Oh yeah,
they were on there. The fact that one label had all of that stuff going at the same time, all different kinds of music, and then to find out also that it was a one-stop shop. They had their art department here. They were pressing the records here. They had the studio here recording. I think, from what I understand, it was one of the very first studios that had a floating floor.
Yes.
The cement floating floor, so that to stop any vibrations and over things. So I mean, it was way ahead of its time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And as we talked just a second ago, it was one of the earlier civil rights models when you had people of different nationalities and different cultures in the same building.
Right.
You had whites, blacks, all playing the same. You had Japanese working here after the war.
Right.
You had a lot of different. You had actually the first black A&R, which was Henry Glover.
Right.
Who went out to the Cotton Club and went out to these different places and recruited these artists to come in and play the sessions. A lot of the great session musicians did a lot of work out of here. Then later in the King years, you had Jackie Wilson and different people who would actually come through and record.
Yeah.
As you may know, as we've discussed, we are on a conquest, a mission to save the building.
So the first step was done. I mean, by the city taking the building over, as opposed, because I always remember they tried to tear it down like 5-6 times, and every time, you know, people get, oh no, you know.
Yeah.
So now the city has the property, and that's important.
Yes.
That was the number one step.
Yeah, this is a big project for the current mayor, Mayor John Kennedy, and the mayor's office, and the city administration, and me, along with my counterparts, Elliot Ruther, Patty Collins from the Priscilla Foundation, and that whole family, and actually Ken Williams, which is the son of Otis Williams.
Oh yeah.
We are the four who are part of the music ambassadorship and the
That's
legacy
fantastic.
committee. As you know, the three kings, Bootsy, Otis Williams, and Philip Palmer, the historic drummer from King. So
Phil sat in with us at the concert that we did in January out with the Blues Society.
Blues Society.
Yeah,
Yes.
Peter put that together.
Yes.
And Raul my buddy Raul was right there with me too. So
there's
yeah.
so many different connections. We definitely want to thank you again for coming out. But we
My
want to tell
pleasure.
people how to get more information on the movement here in Cincinnati to revive King and nationally. You can find us on Facebook and social media, the Cincinnati USA Music Heritage Foundation. Also online at takingittothebridge.org, takingittothebridge.org. And you have any last words for the folks out there when it comes to this great legacy?
Man, all I got to say is take it to the bridge. Yeah. Oh.